You've probably heard of artificial intelligence, or AI. Generative AI is a type of AI that's been trained on large amounts of data. Generative AI tools learn patterns in that data and use them to create content, such as text, images, or even music. When you log into a generative AI tool, there's usually a simple chat window. This is where you type your prompt. A prompt can be as simple as a question, a request, or an instruction. As you get more comfortable, you can also add context or ask the tool to take on a certain role, like a tutor explaining a concept in simple terms. We'll see an example of that in a moment. Let's say you're reviewing a math problem for your course. You might type, "Explain how to add fractions with different denominators." The tool will type out a step-by-step explanation right away. If it feels too formal or complicated, you can guide the tool. Explain it more simply, like you're helping someone who hasn't done fractions in a long time. In response, the tool will adjust its style to fit your needs. This back and forth is the heart of using generative AI. You're not just asking once and stopping. You're guiding the tool by adjusting your prompts, almost like having a conversation. But here's the important part. Even when responses sound confident, they can still include mistakes, also called hallucinations. For example, the tool might get a fact wrong, like giving you the wrong common denominator when adding fractions. Or it might give you a response that doesn't actually answer your question, like explaining how to multiply fractions when you asked about adding them. In either case, the output looks polished, but it isn't what you need. Additionally, while generative AI tools are trained on large amounts of data, the type of data they were trained on may be limited. This limitation can lead to bias that shows up in subtle ways, even in math. For example, if you ask a generative AI tool for a real-world fraction problem, it may repeatedly use food-based scenarios like pizza, cake, or pie. The math is correct, but the narrow range of examples reflects a bias in the training data rather than the full variety of ways fractions can be applied in the real world. If the example doesn't work for you, ask the tool to give you one in a context that does. So, getting started with generative AI is simple. Log into a tool, type a prompt, guide the conversation, and then use your own judgment to check the results. Generative AI can support your learning, but it's your critical thinking that makes the difference.